Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going through this drawing over here and how it directly relates to my drawing career and a story about how Marvel Zombies scarred me as a child. Today I'm going to be drawing Zombie Spider-Man in honor of the recently released Marvel Zombies series on Disney+. But while I draw, I want to tell you a story about the first time I ever encountered Marvel Zombies and how it basically traumatized me as a kid. Trust me, the story is wild. So let's rewind the clock. I was about 10 years old. My parents didn't want me home alone after school, so sometimes I'd hang out at their work. And here's the thing, I didn't have internet at home back then, so their work computer was like a little getaway to the world of YouTube, which was still kind of the Wild West at the time. This was before strict age restrictions, before content filters, before YouTube was really safe for kids. And me being the massive superhero fan I was, this was around the time the MCU was starting out. So I typed one word into the search bar, Marvel. The first suggestion, Marvel Zombies. And of course little 10-year-old me thought, that sounds cool. So I clicked it. What I didn't know was it was some kind of fan film. And when I say fan film, I'm sure if I watched it today, I'd laugh at how cheesy and low budget it probably was. But back then, with my 10-year-old imagination, it was straight up nightmare fuel. It started with Mary Jane pulling into her driveway at night. Her headlights lit up a slumped over Spider-Man, just standing there. She gets out of her car, calls out to him, and you just hear these squelchy, wet sounds in the background. He then turns to her, his mask ripped, and you see it. Spider-Man is a zombie. And before I could even process that, it cuts to this absolute brutal scene of Spider-Man literally eating Mary Jane's guts. Now I had no concept of what a zombie was at that age. So all I saw was my hero, the guy I looked up to, corrupted, broken, eating the person he loved most. I slammed the computer shut and just sat there, shook. And from that moment, Zombie Spider-Man became my own personal sleep paralysis demon. I'd lie awake at night, absolutely convinced he was outside my window, waiting to sneak in and eat me while I slept. I had to sleep with the lights on, background noise, the whole deal for years. Flash forward a couple of years, now I'm about maybe 12 or 13. That trauma turned into something else. Obsession. I started reading books, learning what zombies actually were, and right at that time, zombies were everywhere. The Walking Dead had just started blowing up in the early 2010s, and I discovered it through the Season 1 DVD box set at my local shop here in South Africa. My uncle in the States had mentioned it to me before, so I picked it up. And man, after that first season, I was hooked. Suddenly zombies weren't just terrifying, they were cool. That became my new obsession for most of my teenage years. But there's a twist. Even though I was now into zombies, Marvel Zombies specifically still scared the hell out of me. I actually tried to face my fear by buying a couple of issues from my local comic shop. What I think was the second one, but the guy behind the counter literally talked me out of it. He goes, "The art is great, but the story isn't that good." And honestly, that was enough for my still traumatized self to chicken out and put them back. Now, 15 years later, I can proudly say I've read them. And they're awesome, both runs. That shop guy didn't know what he was talking about. So yeah, looking back at it now, that first accidental encounter may have scarred me, but it also shaped my love for horror, zombies, and comics in a weird way. And if there's one lesson here, it's that parents should be careful about what their kids stumble across online. You never know what might stick in their brains. That being said, I absolutely loved the Marvel Zombies show on Disney+. The What If episode alone was enough to get my zombie nerd, comic nerd heart racing. Now they've got a full series. Both my pop culture niches are thriving at the moment. And there we go, Zombie Spider-Man, inspired by the nightmare that haunted me as a kid, and hyped me up for the series. If you enjoyed this story time, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you ever had a cartoon, movie, or comic that traumatized you as a kid. Thanks for hanging out with me while I drew, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed that video and that story time. I'm glad I could finally get this video out to you guys. It's honestly been in the works since October last year, before Marvel Zombies even came out. But you know, life gets in the way. I've got a baby girl, she takes up a lot of my time. Not complaining about that, I would love to spend more time with her. But yeah, I'm glad I could finally get this out to you guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.